Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I have so many reasons to be thankful for this YouTube channel. I always say I could never upload another video for the rest of my life, and I would be the happiest man and the most grateful person you've ever met, because getting to do what I've done for the past 5.5 years on this channel, especially the friendships and the community. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get revenue. It's nice to show some kind of tangible income for the work that you do, but community lasts way longer than any kind of revenue. And in this community, I've met a lot of true legends. And Evan the Encyclopedia is one of them. Whenever I have a question about a new champ, like for example, I just pulled out of the Cosmic class, my first ever, and I already awakened him. Very exciting. Adam Warlock, if you missed the video, Katie Candy's Voodoo Doll did reverse jinxing. Really exciting if you want to see my reaction to that. But there's another champion of the Cosmic class. It's already been buffed a little bit. And it's not that he is bad. He was actually my first 4-star. But it's that he should probably be even better than he is. And you can say that about a lot of champs, let's get real. And that's Black Bolt. And I started this video off talking about my man Evan the Encyclopedia, because Evan has been very patient as he has sent me a buff concept that he wrote himself about our man Black Bolt. And so I wanted to spend a few minutes and cover his vision for why Black Bolt could be and should be even better than he is in this game. So if Evan ran Kabam, Lord help him, he would first off make Black Bolt's inhuman physiology immune to all poison and shock effects. I don't know why I read physiology and I think psychology. Maybe it's just me. Provocation. When Black Bolt or his opponent are struck by a critical hit, he gains a provocation charge. Whenever Black Bolt triggers one of his personal immunities, he gains a provocation charge. Each time Black Bolt gains a provocation charge, he gains an indefinite 1017.9 Fury buff and 140.43 Cruelty buff. Provocation buffs have a max stack of 10. Black Bolt loses a charge when inflicted with a Power Steel effect. Developers note provocation charges are the core of Black Bolt's kit. In matchups where he cannot crit, he has his power stolen. He may struggle. That makes sense, but also instantly has so much more utility now. Heavy attack. If Black Bolt has 10 provocation charges, he consumes them to gain a 3-second prowess debuff for each bar of power he has. Each prowess increases special damage by 10% per provocation charge. These prowess buffs are removed after the special attack and have a cooldown of 30 seconds. Developers note, heavy attack prowess buffs are best utilized by immediately throwing a special 3 afterward. At max provocation charges, you will have a plus 300% special damage. That's amazing. Now, I do love Black Bolt's special too. It reminds me of the Street Fighter Bison special animation. Anybody out there knows what I'm talking about? Special attacks on activation gain a true damage buff for 12 seconds. Special 1. This attack deals energy damage and is passively unblockable. 60% chance to stun the opponent for 3 seconds. Special 2. This attack deals physical damage. Each hit inflicts a 733.3 armor break debuff for 6 seconds. Okay. And then special 3. If the damage dealt by this attack is reduced in any way, Black Bolt reduces his personal prowess cooldown by 10 seconds. This only triggers once per fight. All armor effects on the opponent are removed by this attack. For each armor removed, the opponent receives a burst of 2035.8 direct damage. This is not affected by ability accuracy reduction, and the developers note most opponents with a medium size or lower health pool probably won't survive this attack, especially if you land a heavy attack first for prowess. So, while special 3s to build up can be a bit annoying because sometimes you're on nodes that you can't gain power, or you're stopped after, like, let's say you got a special 2 lock. Or if you're in Battlegrounds and you're going for speed like this meta was this month, you're probably not going to want to fire a special 3 because it's going to take several seconds and you can't skip it. But all of those things aside, kind of reminds me of the damage done on one of the most underrated champs now, because I feel like he's just kind of looked at as middle of the road, and he certainly isn't, and that's the special 3 of my man Havoc. Signature ability, King of the Inhumans. Black Bolt uses his mastery of energy to gain immunity to power drain, burn, lock, and special lock effects. When gaining a provocation charge, Black Bolt gains a power gain buff granting 5 to 20% max power over 6 seconds. While attacking these power gain buffs have a stack limit of 2. Developers note this can help make Black Bolt incredibly fast as an attacker in certain situations, but it also increases his threat as a defender. If you crit Black Bolt too many times within a short time, you could find yourself on the receiving end of his special 3. I do think when it comes to crits, and obviously Crit Monkey and others are a showcase of this, but not just him, this is a great fear for defenders that make champs that don't crit, like say Crossbones, even more valuable. Updated synergies. He's got that Inhuman Royal Family with Medusa and Karnak. Provocation charges now stacked to 15. That would be an amazing special 3 after a heavy on that. Medusa, 6 Fury buffs instead. That's amazing. Karnak, True Strike remains positive. Karnak loses all focus charges. Inhuman Royal Family plus 25% attack at the start of the fight if all members are present. I love having special motivation to bring in some synergies. And then Lords of Energy with Icarus and Cyclops. Son of M with Quicksilver. Black Bolt plus 25% stun duration and attacks are guaranteed hits against stunned opponents. Or crits against stunned opponents. That would be an amazing synergy. And then Quicksilver plus 20% non-damaging debuff duration. Look at how much work went into this from my man, Evan the Encyclopedia, who truly is an encyclopedia of MCOC knowledge. He's probably forgotten more about this game than I will ever learn. Evan, I appreciate it. Black Bolt is a very special champion to me because, like I said, he was my first ever 4-star, and I learned very early on in the game that when the crystal is spinning, once it stops, even though you haven't visually seen it stop, the outcome has already been determined. If you're very lucky and you get like a new featured champ or sub-featured champ you don't have in your roster and you see a number 1 profile pick notification before the crystal even stops, you know you're going to get a champion you don't have. It's just a matter of the rarity. It's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. So, wow. What a great buff concept. I hope it happens. This would make Black Bolt beyond God tier. Obviously, it's up to Kabam if something like this ever happens, but the fact that it is work put in for the sake of a concept is one of the coolest series I do on this channel, and I only do it with the support of you all's vision and advice. So I do not take that for granted ever, and I always want to give credit where credit is due. So again, Evan the Encyclopedia, thank you for your non-OG or Age of Ultron vision. And of course, as it always is on this channel, all puns are intended. This is why I still do this, because it's cool. And I never know how video is going to do, but it doesn't matter. What matters to me is that I still get to cover a wide variety of topics that the community submits. And yeah, I'll give my 2 cents, but what really matters most is just covering y'all's vision and kind of getting out of the way and just, taking it for what it is. So thanks again for all the hard work on this, Evan. You're awesome.